Hey, traders, happy Monday. Thank God it wasn't Black Monday, right? Where the bids came in, they did. Futures were dumping, and then they were pumping. So I'm talking about stock futures. So Bitcoin, you know, is just a tech stock now. So it just does what the stock market does. And so it rallied. And but before it rallied, right? Let's talk about, you know, last night we were down like 5% or something at the low point. In fact, we hit the lowest price we had seen since June 18th, which was Black Saturday. All right, so we're talking about multiple month lows. Here it is, right? Before the bounce. And on the bounce that has been occurring for the past 15 hours, you've somehow developed on the 4-hour bullish divergence again, right? I'm just reporting the data that is presenting itself at the current time, right? And it is doing that, right? From a low to the lower low. You don't get it, you do not have it on the RSI, you just have it on the MACD histogram. And it seems like you're now officially in the past, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5. You are now formally, for the first time, back testing the daily candle high close from the date of December 16th, 2017. That's happening again in the past 2 hours. You're attempting a back test. We see that, right? That happens all the time. So the question is, what will occur after this back test? Will we breach and rally, invalidate the engulfing candle from yesterday? Is this a hammerman? I mean, maybe, could be, but again, you are below the key levels, so got to be careful. It'd be really nice to break that level and then back test it as support again, because that's what you got to do. Anytime you fall below key level and then you rally back above it, you're always looking for a re-back test, right? A spring back test. Currently, we're on the other side. We need to get back above 19,891.99. You got to, man. You're below it. So you got to have some concerns till then. And that's kind of your update, right? Bitcoin is up actually on the day, 0.79%, 0.81%. But still, again, just testing the level, man. Perfectly, right? I mean, it's been support before, as you can see. Look at this. I mean, like August 29th all the way to the 6th of September, it was support, right? And even on the successful, I mean, you even got it like where you broke above it and you back tested it a couple times before rallying, underperforming and dumbing again. But you can see the correlation, the spring back test of spring, engulfing candle that ushered in the bear market rally that took us to a little over $25,000. So, I mean, it's so important here, man. This is just the time to be paying attention to crypto, because this is almost everything. Failure here, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what happens if this is a true bearish back test and it's not a confirmation low, right? The other school of thought would be, and I'd prefer it in more bullish or even more neutral market conditions where, hey, man, a bullish chart presents itself, type 1 and type 2. I mean, I could imagine Scott Carney would be right here being like, hey, man, right? You got one low and then the second low. Everyone knows, and the bottom's in, right? Potential bottom's in. I get it, man. So it's just questions being asked. Like, seen it before where, not in these market conditions, but just other times, other markets, even this market, this can happen, right? Sure. But this is kind of like what the altcoins across the market have been doing. And they've just not been performing well at all, right? They've already, a lot of them put in these type 2 returns. We'd identified it, what, a week and a half ago or something? And they just now, it's just weird, man. Some of them are okay. Some are still showing accumulation like algo, right? But then some look terrible, like Doge is just hot garbage, man. Just lower lows, Bitcoin Cash, hot garbage. I think it hit an inflection point, but I guess we could go across this crypto market and kind of look at them today, since it was kind of a significant bounce. I wouldn't even say significant. It just happened. It was just a bounce with the equities market, man. All right. It's not a fake out though, right? Not yet. A fake out would be, again, a bearish fake out, which title screen would be something like this. That's what we're looking for. If you want to be bullish, man, if you want any chance of being bullish, you got to get something like this, just like we got in July. You got to get that. You don't have that yet, so you can't. You're trying to put in a second low, but it's just not enough yet. By tomorrow, it could be enough, okay? But we got to look at this because, that's the advantage of like kind of being live every day. You can kind of play it this way by looking at the chart every day, and it's just one day at a time, man. And today, it's a nice rally. It's just not enough. We need to get back above this level and then successfully back test it. That would be legendary. It's just, the issue is look at the daily, like the MACD histogram. I mean, the hidden bearish divergence is still building, or it's still like playing out, and negative Momo's building. And what happens today on the stock market happened, and tomorrow we just gap down like a freaking bull trap or something, So Ethereum wasn't getting, like last night I was watching this. Like Bitcoin was getting wrecked harder than Ethereum and others. Weird. Here's the issue. You know, you still have a very valid, this is not even close to the same situation as Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin's at least like, hey man, we might be like potentially type 2 returning on a bullish shark. Ethereum doesn't have any of that, right? It's not at an 886, right? It's not at a pattern completion zone, which would inherently be some sort of value area, right? Not even close. In fact, it's in the worst position you could even imagine for a fresh long, because it's showed the, you know, it's like a bearish dragon. It's broken the bad action magnet move, 1420. It's still below 1420. It can't even rally after all Bitcoin did today. It's up 3% graded. You understand it's down like 25% in days or something like that. Is it from the top that it's down 25%? No, mother of God, dude. In 35 days, Ethereum lost 35% of its, 37% of its value. That's like 1% a day. Okay, sweet mother of God, you're up 3% today. Who cares? But anyone out there got something to say about 3% up on Ethereum when it's down 37% in 35 days? No. And below 1420, the previous cycle top. You're below it, man. So I'm just saying, right? It's cool that it's up today, but it's not even close to in the same situation as Bitcoin for, you know, the things we look for potential swing trades, you know, in any given day, on any given market, at any given time, right? The harmonic, the 886, the type 2 return, the bullish divergence on at least 4 hours something. You know, I think Ethereum has some 4-hour bullish divergence. Yeah, still in the bearish control zone on the daily. But yeah, like this was here. I mean, the RSI certainly no, just bearish convergence. But the MACD histogram was very nice. It's nice having a couple oscillators, right? If you only had the RSI, you would never have even seen maybe this here on histogram. I'm surprised it didn't go and see 1266, which was kind of like the level. I mean, you got front run, I guess, by buyers, right? By what, 20 bucks maybe or less. Again, this is kind of nothing. Like, it's just, wow, you dumped and then you're attempting a scrub rally. And so far it's so weak, it can't even see 1420 yet. Don't you think you'd have gone? I mean, it would be cool to see a 1420 bearish backtest just to reconfirm its validity as resistance again.
XLM? How about, you know, them Dolphins? Waddle and Miami. The Bama boys showing out in Miami.
Unbelievable. Like, they are so good. I miss Waddle so much. I wish Bama does not have a Waddle or a Jameson Williams this year at all.
For the education and TA.
Also, wife's boyfriend, thanks so much for the 420 super chat. All right. And sorry, it was back to back. Chris, thank you. Yeah, we'll look at XLM. Some of these are interesting still, right? Still not dead. Some are just trash. My God. And some that were okay are kind of really trash now. Like DOT, you know, kind of no more. So the divergence ushering in a relief rally that, you know, has put you up 3.3%. I mean, my God, by the end of the day today, we could be at 1420. It doesn't really make much sense to not go there, but, you know, okay, test it. You get back above 1420, we will talk. All right, we will talk about Ethereum above 1420, where it could go. I mean, there's a lot of upside above that level because history tells us that, but you're below it. So one day at a time, one support, one resistance at a time. Okay. OBNB, you know, still got, you know, it's like across this market, lots of assets got this 4-hour bullish divergence. You got to wonder how its performance is going to be. If you were looking for something, you'd look for something like Bitcoin. You'd look for something like XLM or like Algo or something that was closer to an inflection point that makes it easier for you to strategize an entry and a stop loss, right? So this one doesn't really, though it can rally, it will rally like wherever Bitcoin goes, BNB's going to. That's the same direction, but it just sucks that you're just not at a real level. You're not even at 250, which could be a candle low close from May 12th, right? You're just kind of floating out there, pivoting randomly at random areas. Not the best areas to be trying to strategize, you know, for a swing trader, position trader, heck man, even a day trader, okay? You know, on less significant time scales, you're always looking for inflection points, even as a day trader on scrub time scales. I'm sorry, that's how it works. BNB just doesn't have it, but hey, that's cool, man. We'll see how it plays out, you know. don't quite have bullish divergence. My God, man, you could imagine though what happens if you get a slightly lower low and you get some severe bullish divergence, man. If it goes a little bit lower, I may not even make it a 225. But hey, all right, man. It's just one chart, and I'm not looking at it because there's a strategic edge. I'm just looking at it because it's the third largest crypto in the world, man. Right? Like we looked at Bitcoin. Hey, interesting. Ethereum, not interesting at all, right? The argument isn't there for a long. It could maybe be there on Bitcoin. BNB, same thing. It's like it's not really there where we want it to be for the best long opportunity. Okay. Most aren't going to be that way. It's just interesting that today of all days, Bitcoin maybe is interesting, kind of, right? XRP, kind of interesting, man. It's holding, dude, isn't it? My God, maybe it's still not doing it yet. Are you kidding me? Can you please call the Moon Boys and get us above 38.8 cents? My God. And the one thing we talked about, the silver lining of XRP was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB really are below their key inflection points, whereas XRP is above it and stayed above it and even back tested that inflection point as support, and we got a bullish engulfing candle that is still extremely valid, and the positive momentum looks like it's beginning to build again. Pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting. The level's holding. It's being reconfirmed as support, and there is potentially a lot of upside if buyers come in, but again, the problem is they just don't come in very often, and when they do, it's just not good compared to a lot of other things. So hey, man, I'm just calling it how I see it. You are above the inflection point. You back tested as support. Stuff like this can usher in massive upside. How many times do you have to see a formal spring back test and it plays out before you say, yeah, it could? It's just XRP, and historically, it's pretty awful. I'm sorry, it just is. But hey, man, it could just somehow turn it around. Maybe the whole Ethereum going proof of stake. I mean, ever since Ethereum went proof of stake, you can tell XRP something's changed. Somewhat, a little bit, right? It's performing. It's not dumping as hard, and it's holding supports. And that was normally not what it would do, right? Interesting change in dynamics of the cryptosphere since Vitalik sold us all out. Okay. So let's look at XLM because it's an interesting looking one and it's a request. So we could slip it in right here. It's little brother, maybe big brother of 4.3%. This one's just stuck, man, in a rut. It's stuck in a rectangle, but you can't argue here. I mean, we're talking about hits the bottom of the range, completes the shark, breaks the supply line, which we call jumping across a creek, even formally somehow back tests that jump across the creek, and at the same time pretty much tests the very low of the range, rallies off with all the bullish divergence, the TA was respected where it rallied, then it sold off pretty hard, right, with Bitcoin. You know, that day, that was the Federal Reserve farted, and then, okay, yeah. But hey, it was a spring back test of spring, another good rally with XRP, and another sell-off yesterday. Remember, Bitcoin made its lowest price since June 18th. And what did XLM do on that same exact sell-off? Made its lowest price since 3 days ago. It's doing something extremely different than Bitcoin. You can't argue. It just is locally, okay? And so it's now attempting to rally again, and you're talking about one low, two lows, three valleys. What's going on? Why are you above the 200 moving average? Why are we holding, and why is accumulation showing here on XLM? Very interesting chart, you know, despite everything that's happened, despite everything that's going on. There are a couple that look like this. You see one like this, and then you go to one like HBAR that had the same type of setup, pathetic, loser, terrible performance. Look at it. They were all created. This one and HBAR were created equal. But since they were created equally, one has sheerly, undeniably outperformed the other. Whereas XLM held supports and then started showing accumulation, HBAR not doing that, right? H-bar having that massive rally and then dumped, and now you're kind of below the zone where you want to be, you know, made a lower low than the previous low from September 6th, showing bullish divergence like everything else. Everything in the market right now is showing 4-hour bullish divergence, right? A low then the lower low. Okay, so the rally is being attempted right now. It's up 3%. Okay. Drink my coffee, man. $19,590. Ethereum's up there. Top right of your screen, 1384, 28 up 3.7%. But still, it's hard to care about Ethereum below 1420. Above 1420 we'll talk, but until then, screw Ethereum. I'm sorry. Just screw it until then. So easy to just it's about the levels, man. So XLM has been above its levels, right? We just looked at that. XRP was above its levels and holding above those levels, and they're kind of both showing accumulation. That's really interesting. Or most coins are not doing that. Okay, as you're just looking at this example, there are other examples too, like GRT, right? It had it's okay-ish, I guess. I mean, this 10-cent level is more important than you could imagine on this chart, and it's somehow above it again. You know why, right? Because it's like the listing price on Coinbase. This is the lowest low of all time back from December 2020, okay? And you're somehow above that by the grace of God. You can see falling below, falling below, falling below, back above. Bullish divergence now, back above the crazy, crazy inflection point. What's gonna happen? What, type 1, 2, type 4 return or something? I don't even know, man, right? It's hard to say. But I'll tell you, you are above that level for now on GRT. There's some divergence, at least on the MACD. Okay, tomorrow this could all change. Dude, if the index funds start dumping, Bitcoin's truly back testing resistance as resistance again, this thing's done. It's cooked. Mostly everything's done. Okay, you're just in really precarious times right now. But interesting levels. Not all coins are going to look like this. Most aren't actually. Like Hex. Hex, dude, is like terrible. It's over. Hex is probably going, I think Hex is going to 1.6 cents in time. When you fell below 3.9 cents, that was it. That was literally the cutoff on Hex. Had this descending triangle behavior too, right? A buy wall with distribution, undeniable. And once that broke, it's over, most likely 1.6 cents. You're coming down to test this low from June 19th. I get that, but that's not a historic level. The historic levels are down here. You see them? They're down here. 1.5 to 1.6 cents. Eventually you'll be there, I think. But hey, well, who knows, man? Maybe it holds. Maybe one low and the second low on the weekly or something, you know, or 3-day. 3-day looking terrible though, right? There's not even, I mean, you're gonna have to go so much lower probably to get divergence. The issue is just looking left. Okay, so you know what Hex is about to do in 2 days? If this all stays the same, it may change, man. This thing's so illiquid, right? But let's just say the 3-day candle closed. It'd be the lowest candle close since May 4th of 2021. What about the daily? Oh, here's something. In 31 minutes, chat. In 31 minutes, Hex will be making its lowest daily candle close since May 6th, 2021. This is terrible. This is nothing like XLM or even maybe XRP or even maybe, just maybe Bitcoin, right? Yeah, it's awful, man. So 1.6 cents is the target in time unless a miracle happens, okay? So I'm going just different assets, right? So you can see the difference between, oh, interesting, maybe, to nope, not even close, right? Like, you know, Doge, forget about it. It's not even close, dude. It's terrible. There's like nothing to argue about. You have an active bearish engulfing candle that's valid, right? Just float. Hey, dang, man. I'll tell you one thing that's interesting about, well, no, you know what? It is kind of interesting. On Doge, one thing, okay? The daily bearish control zone. It's being tested. And buyers, I guess, are somehow defending it somehow, right? I mean, you're not below 40. But other than that, talking about inflection points, right? You've had successful bearish backtests. This is crap, you know, compared to what, you know, compared to other coins. Not all of them, because most of them are crap. I have, you know, but then you go to something like DAW. This is a relatively high market cap coin, and it's terrible too. Like, it's just like the argument's kind of dead on this one too, right? Where below this 668 area, you're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble on this one. Like, where there's just, yes, it's showing some divergence like everything else, right? Bullish divergence, and it could rally and take it to 668. Okay, that'd be great, man. But dude, you're still below the 4-hour candle close at 655. I mean, there's just nothing to even say, I'm interested. No, nothing interesting. You get it? The difference between like XLM, wow. And then this one, nah. GRT, And then Doge, nah. Like, right? It's like the Drake meme, right? He's the, you know, someone make a meme about that, right? All the ones showing like they're at inflection points and they might be completing harmonics with divergence, you know, they're holding. And then ones like this one, it's like, ugh. Like Soul, ugh, you know, like whatever, forget it, man. I know it's up 5.6%, and you know, it's making a second low here. Maybe there's bullish divergence, but man, it's just below 37. It didn't even hit an 886. Like, what's going on, right? It can't even hit an 886 locally to complete a shark of sorts. I think it's just more downside probably on this one. Below the 200 moving average to boot on the 4-hour. No, I would. You look at this one, it's like, and then you go to Algo, and it's like, interesting, right? Look at Algo, man. Like, you know, I get it, market sucks, but like, dang, this rectangle, you're holding support twice, and then third attempt, there was so much demand on Algo. I'm not kidding. There was so much demand on Algo that market participants, the sellers, failed to see that same inflection point, the candle low close on the 4-hour from June 15th. They failed. So it's like 1 low, 2 low, 3 lows. What do we know about 3 lows, man? 3 valleys. I mean, are you somehow telling me there's a classic accumulation structure on Algo of all coins? Yeah, it's kind of like those were the same lows, but then you confirmed, right, the accumulation on the 3rd low. And it's just, dang, man, that's nice. That's nothing like DOT or Doge or whatever the other craps were, right? I mean, not all coins are created equal at all. This is up 8.7% today. And hopefully what you're getting from this is maybe some education on, like, right? It's never about being right or wrong. It's just about being able to identify an asset that might be interesting for strategic entry and stop loss, right? That's all it is. It's about assets correlating to inflection points from history. That's all it is. You know, range-bound assets being close to the bottom and showing certain things interesting. Accumulations actually happening on Algo right now. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to play out and go to 35.7 cents, but I'll tell you, it's a lot more promising than some of the other crap we've already looked at today on stream. Okay. And then you look at stuff like completely different universe. Atom, like what? Atom, completely different universe. It's like, what is going on, man? Like, all you're doing is, yeah, you're failing to break 1661. That's a very real level, a third profit-taking level of that trade setup posted July 15th. But then you're selling off, and look what you're doing after the sell-off. You're back testing another level. Look, June 16th, 2021, July 10th, 2021. That level is now being formally back tested as support right now. We discussed yesterday, if you fall below that level, it's over. If you fall below that level based on historical price action, 1240, then 850 easily. But it's all about the if, right? The if didn't happen. It did not occur. You held it and you're pivoting off of it for now. Okay, losing negative momentum with only bullish convergence because it's so, like, right? All these things on the 4-hour we've looked at are showing classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. But Atom is so strong, so powerful of a performer, it isn't even making lower lows like everything else. Same lows or lower lows. It's making higher lows, so you can only say it's converging. So if it holds like this, you think 1661 again. And if you see 1661 again, it's like ascending triangle behavior, a sell wall with accumulation going on. Yeah, and then you break that. Oh my God, if you broke 1661, bullish pandemonium, $24 to $26. So fast, it'll make your head spin. Because look at history. That's what it tells us. History tells us there's just a thin order book above 1661, and it could go ludicrous. %, staying on Atom. Yeah, okay, well, you know, no red flags there, dude. Just saying, no red flags. Where's the yield come from, dude? Oh, it's coming from like this new cutting edge technology, Aerotine, right? Nah. Be really wary. I know Binance is offering that. It's so weird. 18% yield. Just pay attention. I mean, the party's fine, right? You remember how Luna ended, right? All that APY. It ended at least with a massive, unbelievably legendary head and shoulders pattern and a confirmation high. This might be confirming its peak, but again, it's not. The trend is certainly bullish right now. All you're doing is higher highs, higher lows for a very extended amount of time, months now, and you're making the same high, and you're still making higher lows. So the party's not over on Atom yet. I think the party will end probably below 1470, but buyers defended it, you know.
Pariah79 super chatted $30. Enough of the beanie babies. Can you check out SQQ? Thanks, mister.
Yeah, dude. Pariah, though. Understand. I appreciate it. Just understand. It's not just the fact I'm going into the beanie babies, right? I'm like genuinely trying to talk about like traditional technical analysis and like what you're looking for, and showing how they're not the same. Like one can be kind of okay. One can be awesome, one can be terrible, right? And just don't touch it, you know? So again, it's about helping the people, you know. Look, man, I learned this stuff and I've been learning about it and I keep learning, you know, for years. And I think I'm trying to just give it back the knowledge to people, you know, the things I've learned, and let my brain go, dude. Like this live stream is improv. It's just live and looking at charts and just, you know, autism, ludicrous speed. Let's go, dude, right? Let me just do the chart stuff. I think some people will get value out of it, even if it's S coins. You could apply this to anything, man. Anything. Gold, silver, Google, euro to the US dollar, euro, Japanese yen, doesn't matter. Universal, it's mathematics, right? It's like mathematics. Traditional technical analysis, inflection points, an edge. Okay, risk management, all important. Forgot to look at total. Total, man. No body bags today. You were lucky, okay?
I like turtles.
And I hate to say it, but terrible. You know, like this is one where, you know, we looked at XLM, XRP, and kind of Atom, and like, hey man, they're kind of interesting, kind of good-ish, right? And this one's like just made it slow. The entire downtrend, right, is in the middle of nowhere. Like you've never truly, I don't know. I mean, like, you know. I think you'll rally. You could go to 960 for a back test. You really could, because there's divergence here too, right? There it is, just like everything else. 4-hour bullish divergence ushers in an attempted rally that takes us, you know, my God, dude, you could go and see the supply line of the downtrend.
Can we have a look at HNT banks?
Sorry. Yeah, Helium, dead project. Virtually a scam. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. Wait, hold on. You know, could somebody tell Justin what's going on? Please read chat. Okay, so I would say good performance of a 113 shark. Yeah, man, it got, I mean, it's like, you know, 30 billion off. I think you like, you know, what would be wrong with, hey man, the divergence plays out, it continues up, you know, and then does something like this, you know, and then rallies for real harder. That's still like the hard target, right? Between these levels. You're not going to go always straight down. You're going to have, look, man, there are days where you have a red candle, green candle, Rudy Poo candles, and then you finally make it. It takes time to get there, right? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it took a week to get there from the bottom to the top, right? One of the times. You know, when you broke it, you went straight up, or not even straight up. It took 6 days, right? Then it took four days and 20 hours.
Is that a joint?
Right? It doesn't do it in one day. It takes sometimes a week, most of the time, right? As we've seen historically. So, okay, you're gonna go up and down, but eventually 840. Sorry, yeah, not even 830, 840. Wow, 838, 9. Okay. Yeah, let's shift it, man. That's too much time on altcoins. I'm sorry, on crypto. And this is, hey man, the altcoin's showing bullish divergence 4. Guess what else is? All the index funds now on the pivot today. You're waning on negative momentum, higher levels of relative strength, right? The lower, some sort of dragon potentially, some sort of premature W pattern getting put in, where you could just anchor this, right? Just like the potential drag. Now, dude, I don't even, you got a gap fill that happened. That happened, I think, at the end of the day, in the last like 5 minutes. In fact, you didn't even fill the gap. If we're being technical on candle closes, the gap fills at 39.01. Yeah, 39.01, 34. So that'll fill most likely tomorrow, like insta. I mean, God, maybe not, but I'm just saying, right? If you're like that close, you'd think it's gonna happen. Like, who cares? Your $1, man. Okay, so, but you just gotta wonder if what the divergence. This is like wave stuff, man. Wave structural stuff. Like you get the first big wave down, then you get 2 small waves, right? A small wave up, small wave down. Normally it's a higher low or a lower low. And, it normally never exceeds the 1414. This one never even made it to the 1272, right? 120% retrace from the previous low to high. Okay, so, between a 113 and a 1414, right? That's where, so this is adequate. This is fine. If it fell below 3800, which is a gap fill, then you no longer have that potential wave structure with a dragon or potential harmonic in time. Unless, I guess, the 1618, you can get a shark eventually, actually. But let's just see what kind of follow through this 4-hour divergence gives us. It might run leading up to the interest rate hike. Yeah, go figure. And then it really pumps on that day. Hey, man, we're raising interest rates. Huge pump, huge bull trap. The next day, gap down like 4% or something stupid, right? That's what happened. If you've been participating in this market all year and you've been paying attention to that event, the basis point increase, right? It's like almost every time it's a huge bull trap. People have been destroyed. I mean, I'm talking life-changing homelessness. This was a basis point increase day, I believe, May 4th, right? The pump, dude, we're back above the key level. And then you just gap down and sold off all day. And then from there, right, from the open to the lowest low, went down 10.5% in 2 weeks, right? There was another one too. I can't remember all of them now, but you just get that. So and it's just stupid because now, like, every week there's something that comes out from the Federal Reserve that catalyzes this illiquid market. It's really trash market conditions. If you've experienced a bull market that's real, the one that we've been on past 12 years plus. Markets aren't like this. They do not act like this. This is terrible. Yeah, dude, these are great times to buy guns and art and bonsais, great stores of value, Oh, I bought a new bonsai. And it's amazing, dude. Crazy Nabari root action. Nabari means flared roots. Okay, so you got a couple gaps, man, that one you think filled or it didn't buy $1, but then you got a gap that I think, why would it not fill at 3,800, man? Maybe you get a rally up to the 200 moving average or the supply line at 39 or 4K, 39.90. You roll over and eventually fill it, even if we're putting in a bottom. I mean, I think that gap fills there. And then, there's another sneaky gap, at least on the 4-hour, right here on the S&P 500 at 36.74. So, there are gaps that must be filled that have not been yet. So, And even if you think it'd be like, oh, we're going to pivot eventually, and the bottom was put in June. Okay, well, normally it's going to be happening at either a 78% retrace from that previous local low. Okay, that, you know, that's 78% retrace and a gap fill, or the 886 at 3,700, right, to complete some sort of like shark action or Gartley-Bartley, right? I mean, you haven't quite hit to the deep retraces. Okay, and it's the same thing, man. It was a bullish engulfing candle on the daily too. Nice. Bullish engulfing, man. You did it. Trying to get back above the bearish control zone. That's a nice candle. Let's see what it turns into. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. Here's your issue, kind of. If you look at the daily, you see what you're kind of doing. Just pointing it out here. Like, you had like a candle open right here, and then you had like a candle high close here. I mean, you can kind of see like locally. Now looking left, they're really not much of anything till 39.40, but you see locally, you're still below those levels. So maybe we could break 39.19, but until then, man, I get you see a bullish engulfing candle and you see bullish divergence in the 4 hour, but remember the trend. It's so bearish. You know it's bearish, all right? And you're below like this local level here, this zone of inflections. Until you break that, you just can't be bullish, man. Anytime you just gap down, you're trapped, you're wrecked, right? Trying to long. They do. Great day today. Dow Jones, bullish engulfing candle. Remember how we filled the gap on Friday? Looks like you might be, I mean, you have a bullish engulfing tweezer bottom action. Yes, 4 hour bullish divergence and a gap that was unfilled, filled today. So, you know, I would say Jesus chimes, but nah, you know, okay, great, dude. Gap filled. Let's see what happens. You know, maybe you're, again, another one of those potential premature W's, the X, the A, the B, the C getting put in, and if the C ends, you go C to D. You can go for a deep retrace to take you to 33.33 or 33.7 up here, which is massive, very important. I mean, it's possible. I just don't trust it right now. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not deep enough of a retrace yet, and you're just below all key levels. So it's cool though. Hey, Nasdaq. It wasn't an engulfing candle because you closed green on Friday. Yeah, it didn't fill a gap either. I think you'll probably fill the gap tomorrow, right? Don't you think? I mean, it's right here. The candle low close where traders settled up. 11,550. Okay, you go fill the gap tomorrow. All right. Again, you're just kind of in no man's land, where we know it's so easy on this one. The history, right? It's like, I love it because like Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin was like, oh yeah, it's like nothing to do between 20 and 30K, 30 and 40K, 40 and 50K, straight up, straight down. So much respect. The same thing on this one. It's like you can't even want to deal with the Nasdaq till we see 10,800 or we break 12,000 again, right? It's got to be one or the other. I mean, you haven't done either, so you're just great day today. Russ 2000. Well, it's technically, if you can even believe it, technically a piercing line reversal. Piercing line reversal, maybe one low, maybe a second low. 4 hour bullish divergence again on all of the index funds. Hey man, you catch some follow through here, you'll fill the gap. There's another gap way up at 1900s. I mean, this could be trying to put in a short-term bottom. It'd be miraculous, and it would, I guess it would be happening at this high from June 28th or something. Really close. Kind of disregarding the history though, the up, the down, the up, the down, the up. This would be happening. This would be like its first time ever bottoming, pivoting, confirming a bottom. It would be the first time ever if it actually ushered in the rally here. But again, it's just like one of your, just like all the others that could be trying to put in some sort of potential dragon pattern, you know, premature W, where I'm just talking like, and again, tomorrow, this could all be wiped out because it's a joke market, okay? I'm just saying something like this could be attempted to be put in. You know, I mean, right? That's valid for now. Let's see what happens tomorrow. You got to get follow through. All right. Good golds. Gold that, you know, bearish back test on Friday, and then yesterday, which is still kind of today, but the candle closed a few hours ago. New candle was opened. You're still very bearish, right? Because it's now twice. It's now 48 hours of a bearish back test of a level that is undeniable. Hold on, I got sirens, man. Bears coming in. Okay, so right, only bearish because on the daily time scale, a significant time scale, you have failed. You have regarded what was once a support throughout the year of 2021, support the year 2022, now officially broken with a lower low than all those lows, multi-year lows, and now successful bearish backtest. Very bad. Even if it rallies, this is the worst thing you could ever imagine on gold. This is terrible. I hope it breaks above 1682 for everyone. Hey man.
Thanks for the
talk about a major dragon pattern.
Look at HNT, thanks. Helping Justin out as this is a great community and a great leader in you. Exchange rate cover price, I believe. Winking face.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, dude. You know, someone already requested HNT. Oh, it was Justin, but he didn't meet the minimum, but now you're coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll look at HNT. Hot asset. Multiple requests. So, right, above 1682, we might be okay, man. We might be going to 1788 again. But you're not above it, and you just spent 2 days confirming its resistance again. So, I mean, look even further left where it is. I mean, my God, it was May and June of 2020, bottoms too, valleys there too. It was a resistance, man. Look at this March 2020. It goes further back. This is a serious level, and you're below it, and this is bad, man. Real bad on gold for now. But this could change tomorrow. If it breaks 1682, we'll talk about it. We'll be here to talk about how it broke back above it after successfully bearishly backtesting. Okay. Silver, you know, could be putting in a second low that could take you to a larger wave up, you know, after a very, very brutal drawdown, you know, to see the lowest lows of the entire downtrend that's been going on for really since May of last year. Okay. Maybe you rally higher. But dude, when you're below 1982, it goes back to 2010. When you're back testing that as resistance, you can't really be bullish. You can't really be bullish until you get above 2073. You really can't be bullish for real until you somehow start on the daily showing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. All you're doing, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows for like over a year now. It's worse than XRP, dude. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's silver. And the monthly is the most scary thing ever, right? This is the most, maybe this month, if you can get above 1982, thank God, right? You're safe. Maybe this is going to be okay. But if you close in 10 days, 22 hours below 1982 on silver, it's done, dude. It's the most bearish thing you could ever do of all time, right? Where you have this monthly candle high close, key inflection point from 2008. You break below with a bearish engulfing candle. You break below the 200-month moving average. How do you even do that? It's right. And then you're back testing those both bearishly. That's awful, man. And the only outcome from a bearish back test that is successful like that would be a run down to 1387. History tells us that. Only up, down in between these levels. So I would be, and that down there, if you don't even know, that's an 88% retrace from the COVID crash low. That's like the most perfect level ever for silver for a potential long 1387. Yeah. Okay, so just really bad right now. Metals just suck, dude. They just do. I'm sorry. Hey man, seafood. futures pumped today. Let's go, dude. No, eggs. No, this is eggs. Sorry, it's like every month. In case you don't know, I think it's once every month or once every quarter. This chart updates. APU quad 0. This is your eggs, grade A, large per dozen. Hit all-time highs. I don't even. It just sits there. I don't know how the data is gathered. No idea, dude. Seafood futures are actually down. Seafood screwed. You know, seafood futures or whatever. The seafood chart going to $100. As you can see, history shows us that most likely that's going to be the case. It was so gorgeous up here. I mean, the most well-respected chart, man. Like it's the Jesus. Really is. So just another bad day today. All right. Cotton futures down 3.27%. Yikes, dude. Oh, man. Once you fall below 92.28, it's probably over. You were safe this time. You know, it was just a failed bearish breakdown, a rally back above, you know, back test, but the performance below. See, that's the issue, man. Like hey, dude, that you got to do those things. But that's like Bitcoin falling below, you know, in July 3 times, you know, the 19891 level. And then the third time it back tests, it breaks back above, back tests that support, and then rallies. It attempts its rally for like 6 weeks, right? And then performs miserably. I mean, pretty bad. Like 25K. Fails 3 times and is now, you know, back at that same level pretty much. Same thing. It's like, really, dude? I mean, you're not even able to test the 200-day moving average on your rally, and now you're just right back down to this inflection. But once this breaks, dude, bye-bye cotton. See you at 66 bucks in time. Okay. Hogs, lean hog futures still, you know, doing its thing, man. The divergence still, you know, holding on. But here's the thing, it's below its 200-day moving average, below $98, $97, this inflection point, right? And it's probably going to back test what was once support. It was never, you know, regarded as resistance again. It's probably going to test that level as resistance before rolling over again. But yeah, this is like cycle ending bear chart, right? You think about what could happen eventually on this chart, right? The more major event that could come in. I mean, 886 or 786, like, right? Come down to levels that make more sense. It's got this complex wave structure going on. Massive bearish dragon of sorts, kind of. Okay. But coffee that was back below the level. Dude, this chart is chop city. Chop of chop. Massive bullish engulfing candle, up 2.79% today. You know, you're below 222. Look what it's back tested today officially, right? The candle high close from 2014. You know, even closed below the November 2010 high. And this thing is, you think it's done, right? And you think coffee is done. It's like, dude, that's bull flagging. Maybe, but why is it just showing thrice now? Confirmation and distribution from the previous highs. That to me is super bearish. And then you're below the 200-day moving average too. It's just so much chop, man. Steak futures continues to ascend. Live cattle. Oh man, rivaled that high from September 12th, like multi-year highs. I mean, you're still at the multi-year, the highest highs is 2015. So you think eventually where you are, you've like kind of broken out. I mean, a 1618 would be the target, 150, 297. Natural gas was up. Orange juice was up. Remember, orange juice, you're holding the level really well. Like, this is crazy, right? You see the inflection points from history. You know, you fell below it, it was over, and then it rallied, back tested it twice locally, higher low. That's like accumulation. It's like algo or something, right? It's like XLM a little bit in its own right locally. So this thing could be headed to 191, then 204 again. 204 again, meaning like last time you did that was back in 2016, then 2012, and then 2007. So this thing, just orange juice is not done yet. The moon boys of orange juice still alive and starting to recover really well. Momentum starting to shift again back into the bull's hands. Right, you made the lows, the lowest low. Now higher lows that match this low. It's almost like, you know, inverse head and shoulders type behavior, you know, it's not, but not an inverse head and shoulders, but it's that behavior, right? You can witness the momentum shifting back into the bull's hand, and they had full control of this market before, right? So, wow, not bad, dude. Okay, let's go to oil. You know, nothing happened today. It's below $87, bearish. It's not bullish. It's just crap, dude. Yep. Below a level. Then I think below $87, you're gonna see 75 to 78. And that's it. Okay. Wow. It didn't do crap today. Natural gas that looked like it was starting to be done, and then it's up, you know. Oh my God, right? It holds. Not a very good candle, but it held. 763, buyers defended it, telling you, man, this is like the Luna chart before Luna went to zero. I'm not kidding. Like almost identical. And if you don't believe, hey man, what about that? You can't just disregard that way. Fine, go to UNG. You know, go to, oh man, see, that's a piercing line bullish reversal candle right there. But it also, at the same time, is a neckline being back tested as resistance after breaking on Friday. All right, look at this chart. I'm just showing it one more time. And I know we have a new day, new candle chat. We did it, man. You look at this chart, UNG, stare at it, and then you just look at this chart, and it's the same picture, Pam Beasley. Same picture, okay? No, literally no difference. I mean, it's the same fractal, right? The move up, it's been on this crazy run, tops out once, sells off pretty dramatically, then rallies, up thrusts through the first high, then creates a head and shoulders pattern, a bearish momentum shifting structure. But then, little did we know, Do Kwon's a scammer, loser, you know, sociopath on the run. And he's literally running. He's not cooperating. That little piece of crap. I can't wait till someone finds him, you know, held up in his little shack somewhere. Screwing all those people over, man. But hey, at least just days before the collapse, this was identified. Hey man, if you were in on this, it might be a good time to take profit. I wouldn't be taking a fresh long run, and zero. At least they gave us this. Like if you read it right, you were out as F before any of this it happened, right? All right, let's go to Bitcoin again, because the new day. Unfortunately for Bitcoin, it did not break above 19,650, but hey man, it's just immediately rallying again because, you know, dead market. Okay, this was your daily candle. I mean, it's technically a bullish pin bar of sorts, isn't it? So more controversy, right? Where it's below the level you desperately need to be above, but then it's somehow this textbook bullish pin bar. So now it's like the question, try to find a great example of it, you know, on the internet. You're going, kind of. I don't trust any of this crap right now, man. Like, I get it. It's cool and all. Cool bullish pin bar, dude. But macros, ASS, and a successful bearish backtest to boot. I can't trust it. I don't think there's enough behind the pin bar. I mean, you can just look at it. I don't even heard of, what is that? What? Okay. I mean, this is what it looks like, dude. Okay. All right, your bullish pin bar, bearish pin bar, bullish pin bar, right? You have the candle closes within the parameters of the previous candle. That's more of a really like it's mandatory. But you'd say, oh man, that can't not happen in crypto. Yeah, I know, but this was all researched on traditional markets, not an untraditional S-coin market, okay? Like where you have gaps and the market closes. So that's the main criteria of this one. Is the candle body closes in the parameters of the first candle. The second candle is what it is, right? And you do have a wick, okay? It's not a hammer per se because the wick. That's another key characteristic of the pin bar. And then your third candle is the follow through. You must, right? What must happen today is a candle close higher than yesterday's close if you want a valid bullish pin bar reversal. Okay. And one thing that's good about this, right? Though I'm saying it's controversial, when you have large wicks like the larger the wick, the better the potential pattern is. So it's got the makings of a varsity athlete for just a singular Japanese candlestick pattern reversal, but it's got to catch follow through today. It can't just collapse and close and bearish engulfing the body of yesterday's close. Okay, can't do that. So we will be monitoring very carefully the key levels that Bitcoin has fallen below, has just now successfully back tested on the daily, but at the same time of the bearish back test, developed a really intriguing Japanese candlestick pattern on a second breakdown, right? One time, no one knows, maybe second time, everyone knows. It all depends. Today is a very important day now, right? You got to understand that. 4 hour bullish divergence. Daily, nothing really great besides the Japanese candle. Okay. Ethereum, not even close to the same type of controversy. Not even close. Not really a bullish pin bar, right? It's kind of a nothing burger candle. Below 1420, hands off, bearish as F. See you at 1223 eventually, then $1,000 after that. 1,020, whatever. It's not, I mean, but I get it. Like if Bitcoin rallies, then Ethereum's just going to rally too. You know, if Bitcoin really, really rallies, that could get Ethereum back above 1420, and then it'd be very interesting. Very interesting where all of a sudden the daily bullish evidence in the MACD histogram could start developing. But none of that's happened yet. So just be really cautious, but be paying attention to these key levels, 19891, 19650 for Bitcoin, and then 1420 for Ethereum. Still in the bearish control zone for now. The bear straight breakdown, no follow through. No follow through yet. All right, a false bearish breakdown is when the asset breaks down, catches no follow through, and then fakes out and breaks back above the level it broke. Bitcoin hasn't done that yet, though it is getting very close. It's like testing it again, just about, you know. All right, going to the SQQQ, which was a request. Thanks again, Pariah, for the $30 super chat. My God. Poverty. For me, not you, me. The way things used to be and the way they are now, my God, man, I'll tell you, dude. You get spoiled. So obviously the shark completed like the Jesus. It's just like the S arc, right? The short of the Kathy Woods bubble pop chart, right? NASDAQ 2000 on steroids, right? It completed like the Jesus. Scott Carney would be proud. I get it, right? You're asking questions. And it's showing now on the daily, unfortunately, right? This is the 4 hour, excuse me. So it's not that big a deal, but it's very, it's like the inverse of crypto. It's the inverse of the stock market, right? All the index funds are showing 4 hour bullish divergence. Well, guess what? On your attempted rally here, you're falling below the 200 moving average. Not that big a deal. But you are showing a little bit of buyer exhaustion here from the high, the slightly higher high with lower levels on the RSI as well. You could be coming for a back test of 45 bucks. If you don't hold that, you're coming down probably 36 bucks again. It's all about the levels. So maybe a small pullback would be coming down 2.44% today. I wonder, is it a bearish 5.0? Interesting. It shouldn't perform that great. Did it hit the 5? Oops, wrong way. Wow. As of like today, pretty much, or maybe Friday, you've completed, I mean, it's a textbook completed bearish 5.0, right? 50% retrade. The shark, and then after the completion of the shark, the rally takes you to a 50% retrace. That's what we call a bearish 5.0. So it's completed and you're beginning to react. You fill the gap. You could be going down a little bit more because of the bearish divergence. So argument kind of building for a pullback here on the SQQ. Okay. There you go, Pariah. Thanks, dude. Remember, you're uptrending, man. You've been uptrending for a while, right? Higher highs, higher lows. Anyway, make of that what you will. HNT for Justin and Caroline. Which again is a joke. Was doing something anomalous, right? Where you had Adam and KNC, they were doing bullish anomalies. This was a bearish anomaly where it was so bad. It broke key levels. Right, the high from 2021 and then was collapsing and then just hits this 1618 area. Not quite the 1618, but really like a 161, right? And then record levels of volume come in, or close enough. And yeah, now you're holding on, like you're just right below that 464 area, right at it. No idea what's making. Maybe it's trying to type 2 here. It's hard to trust an asset that you literally know that the developers of this project have already started a new coin with new miners, and those miners cost thousands of dollars, right? If this was such a good project, why would they do that? They wouldn't. They literally wouldn't do that, man. I'm sorry, they wouldn't. And you can try to give me all the excuses you want, but this is a joke, okay? It's a joke. I think $2 eventually, 95 cents, probably fair too. So before you think about longing this bullish deep crab, understand that it's a dead project, okay? And don't be fooled. The people that are telling you it's not a dead project either work for the marketing team or they've been scammed and they're brainwashed in the cult, the Telegram group or something. And they're just going to keep telling you it's fine until it goes to negative. I mean, it's just like every other scam. You're going to have people that are so indoctrinated by the cult that they will tell you at 95 cents it's good. They'll tell you at 1 cent from here, it's at 1 cent. They'll tell you it's good. So Jay, thanks for the 5, man. I don't know what the name of the new project is. Who cares? Scam. Big old scam, dude. I'm sorry. I wish I had more to say, Caroline. The team don't have good hearts even, right? At least give me a team with good hearts, man. This team's sociopath hearts. Great. Let's go to DXY real quick. Those were the only requests, man. Get used to it, dude. There is no demand for what I do anymore. None. It's like poverty, man. It's like, wow. Life comes at you fast. Things change. Here's your DXY. A 113 shark. Maybe it's a type 2 here. Maybe are we getting a type 2 return on the bearish shark? The lower high to boot, which could be distribution. Gotta wonder. So 107.68 from here and moon on everything else, right? Remember, this thing has been showing nasty bearish divergence on the daily for a while. Triple bearish divergence. 3 day, look, so you got triple bearish divergence on the RSI on the daily. You got, I mean, you really do have triple bearish divergence on the daily MACD histogram too, but the 3 days disgusting. 3 days awful. Like, look at this thing, man. Like one high, second high, third high, the rule of three. It's almost like you have a bearish 3 drives pattern, don't you? I don't think so. It's too deep. I don't. Yeah, way too deep. I mean, yeah, but that right there is serious buyer exhaustion. And you go to a less significant time scale that shows a completed shark with a type 2 return, and the type 2 return is a lower high. It's kind of interesting. There could be more of a pullback here. Still, dude, this thing's not, I don't think this thing's in jeopardy of losing its trend till it falls below 105. But yeah, it's just, yeah, there you go, man. 1 and 2. I mean, it does need a pullback. I mean, the technicals are saying, wow, what are you doing? You're so exhausted. But no, it just keeps going. In before, right? In before. Another failed attempt of calling a top. I'm not even calling a top. I'm just telling you what is being shown on the charts, right? I just showed you. And I'm showing you right now on a 4 hour what's happening maybe, right? And my God, I mean, maybe it comes for a type 2 return of a bullish 5-0 before then mooning, right? It's ridiculous. So, but this is great for Bitcoin and crypto. This is great for that potential bullish pin bar, right? This thing dumps, might be in good shape. Same with stock market, bullish divergence on all the index funds might dragon. The dragons might be coming, man. Okay. Dude, I get it, man. All right. I mean, yes, dude, look. Hey, man, it's a harmonic. 886. There it is. There it is. Who cares? Yeah. Maybe in a year it'll get there. 6 months it'll get there. It's the monthly. Who cares? We're talking about like short term. Great for everything. Yeah. Great for a rebound. I don't know. I've been live for an hour, 15 minutes. You know. Kind of gone pretty hard into the markets today. You know, looked across them. And I don't know. We looked at a lot of assets today in an hour, 15-minute period, you know. But this is just the question, man. Is it a bullish shark type 2 returning and gonna break back above 19,891 and go to moon? Or is this just a simple bearish back test and we're about to collapse to 17,000 and change? Right? It is really a good question. A really good question. But someone that is contrarian, that is bullish, someone could say this is potentially trying to do this. I'm not saying it's gonna hold. I'm not saying this is actually happening, but I'm just presenting, right? Like, it's not easy. Ethereum, no brainer. Trash, loser, so bearish right now. There's no argument for bulls. Bitcoin, interesting, because of the same thing. It's like, dude, you go to a blank canvas. It's the same thing every time, everywhere, right? You're always looking for the drawdown and then the harmonic and then the type 2 return. And on the type 2 return, there's bullish divergence, right? It's the same thing every single time, either a shark or a Gartley. It's the same formula, man. That right there is the promised land for the harmonic trader. That right there. That's what you're looking for every time. Every market. And if you're lucky, it's all happening at inflection points. My God, right there, that can turn in to this. It's just, man, the macro is terrible. You're fighting the Fed being bullish right now just because they're going to raise interest rates. So I guess everyone knows they're going to raise interest rates. So we're going to pump, I guess, because it's a joke market. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's the same thing, dude, okay? The drawdown. The M shape presents itself, hopefully at a level of inflection. It holds a level of inflection once, rallies, second time, and then you show on the second low, you show bullish divergence on the oscillator, right? That's what you're looking for every time. Standard formula. It's the same thing, man. You're looking for divergence. You're looking for the harmonic. You're looking for the type 2 at the inflection point. And it can usher in that. Rouse the upside. Okay? Over and over and over again. But that's what I'm saying. What makes it so tough right now is Bitcoin is below its level. It is. It's below 19,650. It's just back tested it. Heck, it could go to 19,891 and back test that level as resistance. And it's still not good enough yet. It's still bearish below those levels. You can't be bullish below that. But if you get above it, man, and then you back, look, man, if we get this, oh man, this could be the Jesus. It really could. But you just haven't done it yet. So let's pay attention, okay? If you're a market participant, or you sit on the sidelines, these are the times to be watching, man, because we have a completed pattern with a second test with some divergence. So we got some things we got to wait for, and if we get them, holy crap. But until then, can't really, you got to be bearish below this level, okay? But Ethereum doesn't even have that, right? Ethereum has nothing. Ethereum's like, it's overdue, like much lower, $1,000 in time. Like Ethereum's like this. You just wait for $1,000, dude, 1,020. It's hard to think about though. How does Bitcoin play out and Ethereum get down there? How does this happen? You know, how can it be like we have such an homogenous market where everything just goes and rides the coattails of Bitcoin? How does Ethereum get to 1,020 if Bitcoin plays out? Right? If that whole argument kind of is trying to present itself timidly, it wouldn't. But that's what kind of concerns me too. Like Ethereum looks so terrible, and it's like I have more faith. Okay, listen to me. I have more faith in this hitting its pattern completion zone than I do about Bitcoin actually massively reversing here. Because the trend is certainly my friend here. We're in a long-term downtrend. Vitalik just sold us out to the World Economic Forum, dude. To governments, man. Okay. To the climate alarmists. Okay. He just did that. Now you have like the majority of all the, right, the power is in like 2 wallets now. There's no more centralization or decentralization. It's all so centralized even more now. So all that, man, it's like, I like Bitcoin fundamentally because of its decentralization, and you can't get access to the person who created it because he's anonymous, okay? Because if he wasn't anonymous, man, Bitcoin would have been compromised already by now. You know it, dude. That's where the World Economic Forum hates Bitcoin. Governments in general hate Bitcoin. The White House even came out talking about, oh, they can't fight climate change because of mining. Nah, they're saying that, right? They're using climate change as a way to demonize and label Bitcoin, proof of work. Because, oh my God, individual sovereignty, they can't have that, man. No way. So, yeah, dude, I think this is gonna play out. I don't know about Bitcoin, but I think since you're like, you get back above 1420, we'll talk about it for a little while. Even if you get back above 1420, you're still then gonna have to make a higher high than 1790, 1792. You're gonna have to. So you could rally and just go to 1600, randomly just crap out and make a lower high and dump again. Third peak, by the way, right? So I just, oh, dude. So you get it. So that's where we are. That is where we are. Maybe bullish pin bar, but the bullish pin bar just bearishly back tested the 2017 cycle top and closed below it. And it's not a valid bullish pin bar until we catch follow through and today's candle closes above yesterday's candle. That has to happen for this to be a valid pin bar, okay? So, wow, man, it's like a movie. Or it's like a football game. You don't even know, you don't know who's going to win right here because there are questions. There are a lot of things going on. But we do know, right? You can't be bullish below the levels it's below right now. You can't be. But if it gets above it, let's talk. And we'll just do that tomorrow. So had a couple new patrons join today. Jimmy and Omar, thank both of you for joining Patreon, supporting the channel. Since, you know, it's crowdsourced. But I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to start getting sponsors from scams soon, you know. Kappa. So thanks for coming out. I'll be back till next time. Respect the TA.